YouTube fam, Fat Man Zoom here with another video. Today, we are going to break down Lululemon's earnings. So they have earnings tomorrow, Tuesday, March 30th, after hours. Really excited for this earnings. I want to get into it. But before I get into it, let me sort of break down what we're going to look at. We're going to first review last earnings, Q3 2020 earnings, what to expect this earnings, what they're going to focus on, what I'm looking for. I'll give you my earnings prediction. And really, what I want to talk about is how it stacks up on the company that I think is Lululemon's main competitor. Stick around for that because I don't think it is who you may think it will be. So we're going to get into all that, start with the fundamental breakdown, go into the technical. There's a lot to unpackage. So let's jump right in. All right. So last earnings, I went through the report. They really did a great job. And I like the CEO, how he laid it out. He talked about the growth. We all know the story of Lululemon, which is same store sales struggled, obviously pre-COVID, but their e-commerce sales were massive. Great. What really stood out to me were three things: international growth, innovative marketing plan. We'll talk about that a little bit, in their membership program. So the international growth, their goal is to quadruple their revenue by 2023 in the international space. They even recently hired a new EVP to focus on that. They're on pace to do it. Specifically, China had 100% growth year over year in the international space, and Europe had 160% growth. I expect this to increase by multiples. So we should see great numbers. Expect, obviously, US growth, but really international growth is going to be a key factor. If they can continue the pace of triple-digit growth year over year, this is going to be good news for them. All right. Next is their innovative marketing plan. We talk about certain companies. Tesla comes to mind. Penn comes to mind. Barstool specifically comes to mind, where they don't do traditional marketing and advertising. They try to do something a little bit different. And I like what Lululemon is doing. And honestly, they haven't outright said this, but I believe that their products, such as their mirror, which is the workout product, and their 3D yoga mat, which is supposed to help with body alignment. Really exciting. They're going to be launching that. I think obviously these are products they can buy, but they're not great margin products. I think what they are marketing tools to get people talking about Lululemon. We'll talk later a little bit about the membership side, but really, I think that we're going to see more innovative products for them to continue to try to get people talking about Lululemon, because you can only talk about Lululemon clothing products so much. All right. So the innovative marketing plan is really excited. Watch out for that. See if we can see if they come out with new products. That would be really exciting for the stock. We really want to see revenue numbers for Mirror. So Mirror was an acquisition that they made last year. It was a $500 million acquisition. They expected to generate revenues of about $150 million 2020. And this is technically the last quarter for their fiscal 2020. I think they're going to hit that number. More importantly, I want to see what numbers they expect for next year. I anticipate them doubling revenue for Mirror. That's going to be great. 300 million for Mirror next year would be awesome. That is just a guess on my part. Membership program, last but certainly not least, they're trying to do something similar to this company that I'll tell you is their main competitor, which is the membership program. People have brand loyalty to Lululemon, but they're trying to build a community that they can leverage beyond just shopping in their stores. They have test piloted a membership program in Toronto, Chicago, Denver, and Edmonton. Initial sort of results say it's going well, but when you really consider other membership programs, they had 500 people attend their biggest workshop. So remember that number, 500 people. But all in all, those pieces are really the core tenets that I'm looking for in this earnings call. I expect them to crush it. Let's get into the specific numbers. Their expected earnings per share are $2.49 a share. I predicted on Stockwatch Sunday that they beat it by 20%, coming in at $2.98 a share. I would love if this goes over $3. It remains to be seen, especially because of reopening and how the in-store the comp sales played out. But I'm confident I'm sticking by my 298. All right, so look out for that. What's more important, what's always more important with earnings is guidance. The next 2 quarters are historically slower quarters. You'll see earnings per share typically below $1. I hope and I anticipate guidance being $1 per share each quarter moving forward. If they do that, I think this stock goes off. They may be playing this conservatively only because of the reopening and there's been a spike in COVID cases. But if they can project out to $1 per share each quarter, I think that's huge for the company. They typically beat earnings. Hopefully they'll continue to do that. Let me pull up the chart. We'll look at some technicals. And so for Lululemon, I believe if you check out, oops, that's not what we want to check out. We are not joining for free. All right, we got TradingView pulled up. I think this is a great asymmetrical trade opportunity. I may be a little bit ambitious, but I don't think I am. I'm looking at the daily chart. I think this is a 4-to-1 asymmetrical trade. Below 300, I'm out. But I think that it has established good support around 298. So I would set a stop maybe around 295. I'd be out of this thing. 5% downside. I believe I'm going to say reasonably. This is why I'm saying this a little bit ambitious. I think this can go to 380, given a good earnings. And that gives us 20% upside, 5% downside, 20% upside, 4-to-1 ratio, great asymmetrical trade opportunity. I'm hoping the market looks at this as a reopening play. We've talked about e-commerce versus in-store, and Nike's a good example. E-commerce crushes it. Can they keep e-commerce where it's at, continue to grow it, but then also bring comp sales up? If they can't, these stocks are going to struggle. But that's not who Lululemon's competition is. Let me tell you who Lululemon's competition is. I believe Peloton is Lululemon's main competition that they're going after. And the reason I say that is you would think maybe Nike, but I think they're shifting away from the competition towards Nike. Look at the target demographic. Lululemon has a closer target demographic to Peloton than it does Nike. Look at what they're trying to add, fitness products with the mirror to Peloton's bike. Look at what they're trying to do as far as their membership program, Peloton. Now, the question becomes, which one do I like better? This is a tough call. I think the safer play is Lululemon. The one I like better, I would have to say Peloton would be the one, only because creating a community as loyal as Peloton is really hard. So let's go back to that 500-person workshop, right? That was Lululemon's biggest workshop. CEO says, initial results say the test groups are going well. The test memberships are going well. Peloton last year in April 22nd, they set a record for their largest virtual ride ever. 23,000 people attended that live. 23,000. Their churn rate is at record levels. People don't leave Peloton ecosystem. So it's really hard to compete on community. You can create great products. Anybody can create great products and compete on great products. But what Peloton has built from a community perspective, I don't know that you can beat that. So I love both companies. I think they're taking a clear line towards Peloton and taking some of that market share, which they are achieving record growth in their market share. But really, Peloton's going to be a tough match, a formidable opponent if you look at it going up head-to-head from a community aspect of it. Everything else I love, looks good. After hours tomorrow, we're actually going to be live on Own the Chaos at the closing bell to give our earnings reaction. So look out for that 298, and let's see if Lululemon can rock it. All right, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be releasing a video tomorrow morning. Hope to see you guys there. Peace.